and welcome. It's the very first episode of Strong and Sassy this year 2026. Welcome. And as we mentioned on Around the World and on the entertainment news on Drive Time today, kickstarting from now, aKorfa happens to be the newest host of Strong and Sassy. We'd like to say a very, very, very huge thank you to Enimadu as well for the awesome job she's done over the period. And now she has handed the mantle over to me. Anyway, what's up? So we're hoping that, this season and beyond is awesome. The conversation still remains, though. We're empowering women. We're having all the conversations about our life, our relationships, health, career, everything else in between right here every Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, today being our first show back from our break, we would like to, we're doing a whole knowing me, knowing you session today. We get to find out what you're expecting from us this year, 2026. And also, our conversation has to do with taking care of you. Now, when I say taking care of you, you know what I mean. We're talking about you, the woman tuning in right now. You, that strong and sassy woman who's tuned in right now. If we say taking care of you, what are you looking at? Moving away from the hype of, we're going to for a spa moment, which is actually also cool, but moving away from that when we're talking about self-care as a woman, what are you looking at? We'll get into that conversation. We'll activate the phone lines. Earlier on the drive, people were like, oh, aKorfa, don't come and blast the guys. See, I am not on a journey of blasting guys. I'm just saying that the guys should just do the right thing. That's all I'm saying. But we're not blasting guys today. Today, we're getting to know our new host and also catching up with our guest as well. Amma is in studio. Amma is a media and marketing consultant and entrepreneur. Hi, Amma. I think we have to move. See that there's a green light on your microphone. Is it there? Okay. Yeah, so we're on.
Hi, aKorfa.
It's so good to see you again. Now, you're telling me off air about something.
Yes.
I think we should talk about it on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, Amma was telling me that apparently when Enima was taking over the show as the new host, she happened to be the first guest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think I want to clap to that, honestly. I do want to clap to that.
I have officially become the Strong and Sassy usher.
I think so too. And that's what's celebrating today on the show. Yeah. And I was telling her that, so this is her ushering me into a very good season, like a very good season. Yeah. And let me start off finding out, how has this, new month been for you so far?
Wow, it's been one where I'm trying to change my life. Yes, I am really trying. I know most people would say, new year, new me. I'm meaning it this time.
Right.
I'm trying to be logged in. It hasn't been entirely smooth, but I'm trying to build the discipline, the routine to get the results. Right. The last show we had for last year, I did mention how I suffered a burnout. Okay. So with the lessons learned from 2025, I have decided to take better care of myself. So this topic, honestly, is something that's of great interest to me because as many people as I can save from suffering a burnout, I'll try and do so.
Oh, I've actually, brought out my notepad because I think part of, the questions we put together, there was one where we were meant to ask, how to deal with burnout. And since you had experienced it and, you found a way around it, we'll definitely get into that some more. Okay. But also, will that be part of your New Year's resolution? So that is if you do make resolutions
to do what?
To be more particular with your self-care.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that is how you prevent, burning out. Honestly, it's one of the ways, but it plays a major role. Honestly, it is the only way.
The only way.
Once you care for yourself, and this is me just trying to say that self-care goes beyond beauty routines. When you go online now, because of social media content, it seems as if self-care always means just using a mask, a scrub, and drinking some green tea or collagen, going for a new hairdo, mani-pedi. It looks like that's all self-care is about, but it isn't.
It's more than
There's
that.
more to it.
More than that. Well, it's 13:07. It's Strong and Sassy right here on Joy 99.7 FM. And I'm in studio with Amma, and we're catching up. We're getting to, more like gradually unravel what this year is about for us at the end of the day. And that's what we're starting our conversation with self-care. This is where Mirabel will say, aKorfa, I need you to slow down. Okay, so we're talking about self-care. And we're asking you to also join in the conversation, our way of getting to know you this year and moving forward. Call line has been activated, is 0302 216 541. That's 0302 216 541. Let's know what your self-care routine is away from, having like the skincare routine, just as Amma mentioned. What is that thing that you do? What's your go-to in case life is chaotic around you? What was that one thing that you do to step away from all of the noise so that you're locked in, so you can at the end of the day achieve all that you've set for yourself? So call us and also send us a WhatsApp 055 1111 997. We'd love to hear from you, and you never know, maybe what you share is something that would help someone out there as well. At the end of the day, we're hoping that it does do exactly that. Now, if we're talking about self-care, because I think I was speaking with Mirabel and I'm like, sometimes I think as women, not everyone pays particular attention to the kind of things that more like helps them lock in for whatever they want to do in terms of self-care. I don't know how someone asked me sometime that, oh, you have a very nice skin. What's your skincare routine? And I'm like, skincare routine? I don't think I have a skincare routine. I just probably do this and do that. But I know some people who are very particular. They make sure that before they wake up from bed, or when they are up from bed, that's what they do. When they're going, to bed. So that's one of the things they do. But let me find out from you, Amma, what does self-care really mean for you, aside the hype and everything around it?
Okay, so self-care for me, it's being conscious of my energy, my emotional health, my mental health, my physical health, and then my financial health, my spiritual health. So every area of my life, taking care of it.
Right.
That's why I said it goes beyond just the skin, just the beauty. So ensuring that there's one thing that I find, especially when you're a Christian, it's not very common for us to use the word meditation, to meditate. I think it's really common with maybe Buddhists and all that. But even in Christianity, you can meditate. You don't even have to meditate on the word of God. Just sit still. Sit still. 4 years ago, I went for therapy, and then I remember a therapist telling me to be mindful, to practice mindfulness. And mindfulness basically means being in the very moment. Maybe it could be you just staring at this Ghana flag in front of me. Just focus on it. Do not be distracted. Don't think of anything else. Just focus on it. It's red. Is this crimson red? Or just focus on it. Or don't even talk. Just stay in that moment. Be still, It's very good. It will help. It can help regulate your nervous system, because everything that usually goes bad for us, and especially women, has to do with our nervous system. There's been studies to support this. I'll probably share it with you later. About how most women tend to get chronic diseases because of their emotional health, their nervous system. Because most of the time you're thinking of how to please other people before us. We have weaker boundaries, and so we taking all this, we repress even healthy anger, and that in turn results in all this chronic diseases, inflammation.
There's healthy anger.
Yes, there is. Because as a human being, things would infuriate you, and sometimes, I'm not saying it's not anger that you don't destroy, but you are arguably upset, and it's okay for you to voice it out. You don't have to keep it to yourself. You can do so. You don't always need to avoid confrontation. Sometimes you need to face it head on and address it and walk away.
Let's stay a little while on that. The part about confronting, like being able to have confrontations. I don't know if you noticed this, but I think I don't know who, but there was a part of us that makes us believe that when you're having, someone comes at you and says that, oh, you did A, B, C to me and I didn't like that, then a part of us just shuts off from that person. It's like, oh, Sanipa, we're on Pema. And so, like, you don't know how to move past the fact that this is the person expressing how they feel because of what you did some time back. How do you manage that?
I think usually we give that response out of humiliation. We feel embarrassed, like you've been called out, even though this is somebody that you care about. Because you too, you are the person that's also you want to be seen in a certain light, and you've been called out. I agree. I'm one of such people. When somebody calls me, I feel so embarrassed. I'm not holding it against you, but then I'm just so embarrassed that, oh my God, this is what your experience, this is what your experience of me has been. So it's really that. And then you see some people being defensive. All of that is simply because they're embarrassed, they've been called out on their behavior. So that embarrassment is what makes some people hide. It's like they don't want to see the person who who brought that thing up the last time. I think because I probably, but that shouldn't stop anybody from still telling people what it is. Keeping it in is what has been proven to be making us sick. So you need to take care of yourself first before you can take care of another person. You don't put other people's feelings before yours. Then that also lets us move into people classifying you as selfish, even though I have seen a few write-ups where they're encouraging people to be selfish, like quote and unquote. So you put yourself first. That doesn't also mean that you don't consider other people's feelings, but you need to be the center of it all. How I don't know if we're doing that well enough. Are we? I think just like you, I also grew up being so conscious about not being considered selfish. But from my lessons from 2025, I realized that a lot of the things that we think is selfish is actually not being selfish. We are defining selfishness with what we thought it was when we were kids. We are adults now. We need to review what that definition is. Me telling you that aKorfa, you are stepping into my boundaries, you're crossing it because I'm doing so to protect myself, should not be considered selfish. Besides, I cannot pour out of an empty cup. I need to be okay in order to be able to give you some. If I don't love myself, how can you trust the love I said I'm giving you? You can't trust it. Because if I don't know how to love myself, then surely I don't know how to love anybody else. You see, so it's not selfish when you're like, oh, I don't want this to hurt me. It's not selfish when I have money to buy medication or food for myself, and then you come saying you need that same money for something, and I don't give it to you. It's not selfish. I have to take care of myself too. I know you are in need, but hey, this is all I have. I don't need to give you everything I have in order to be selfless. No.
You need to learn how to say no. Because no is a full sentence. It's a full sentence.
To say, and you see, and asking me about what my years go, I am setting boundaries and I'm seeing some liberation. I have so much peace now.
Hey, please walk me through this because I need peace as well.
Things that previously I would do to please other people in my life, because I'm like, it's you, aKorfa, you're my friend. I know you. You asked me for something. It's not something I take pleasure in doing. It's a task that I'm like, no, it's good to take out of my time I need to use to work, to relax. Now, previously, when you ask me, I would forget about my exhaustion, my everything, and I would take on that task. Now, when you ask me, I'm going to tell you, aKorfa, I'm not able to help you now. If later, when I'm able to, I'll reach out. If it's still available, I'll take it. If not, well, I hope you find somebody who's able to help you. And I don't hold back. There have been a few times so far that I still felt that knot in my tummy that I'm going to say no. But I go ahead and say it. And I end up feeling relieved that, oh, thank God I didn't take this task that I actually really do not want. I didn't take it just because I want to please you at my expense. And it's giving me peace. I see my nervous system regulating, resetting. And I'm not all there, but I'm feeling so much healthier. And I will encourage people to do so. You find that a lot of people, this has been my experience in business and all, especially when I started, I'll go to Ghanaian offices and you would go and ask for something. They are not able to say no to you. That is our biggest problem. A lot of people can't say no directly. So they will lead you on.
Right.
They will keep you stringed along for long. You will call to follow up. Oh, yeah, we're working on it. Oh, we'll respond to you. Waste your time. Just because they're afraid to say no to you. No. Meanwhile, you can't arrest them. You can't do anything to them. Yeah, they just don't want to seem like the bad guys, so they won't say no. And waste all the time you could have spent sorting for that thing elsewhere. Probably would have saved you time. So please, when you're afraid to say no, guess what? You're causing more harm than good.
Right. Well, we're still here, strong and sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, Amma talked about boundaries and setting it. She says she's doing well so far. But what about you who's tuning right now? Are you setting any boundaries? If you are setting any boundaries, why are you setting the boundaries? And how have they served you so far? Give us a call on 0302 216 541 or send us a WhatsApp on 055 11 997. Because the reason I brought in the no is a full sentence is all the things you've said, very spot on. But then, so in all of that, your conscience doesn't eat at you. Like, you don't feel anything. You don't feel bothered because...
Like I said, right before I say it, there've been times I've had a knot in my tummy. That is how anxiety, decepts me that bad. But then I realized that, I'll do it afraid. I'm still going to do it. Right after I deliver the message, I'm like... Oh, yeah, at least I don't have to burden myself with this thing that if I'd said yes to, then look at the trouble I have to go through to make it up to you because I've said yes. Yeah. Or I'm going to spend my lifetime dodging you because I said yes, but I couldn't deliver. So I told myself, which is it? I just need to be courageous and say the no now and save myself the trouble. And you find that when you start saying no, people, they're not going to be accepting immediately, especially people who are used to you saying yes to them all the time. They don't accept your new behavior too so easily. But you have to be firm because you need to choose yourself first. If you're down, if you break down now, they will visit you 1-2 times and they're going to move on with their life. And you and probably a few people in your life would be saddled with the burden of healing your body.
Right.
You don't want to go through that.
Some people might not even visit you. Sometimes they even reach out like, so you won't check up on me. And then I'm like, well, it's a two-way street. Like, have you checked up on me? So we're setting boundaries. We're taking care of ourselves this year and beyond right here on Strong and Sassy. Our very first episode back 2026. So call in and share your thoughts with us. What are, some of the things you've put in place this year to ensure that you're taking proper care of yourself? Phone lines have been activated is 0302 216 541 or send us a WhatsApp on 055 11 997. And we're here till the next 24 minutes. Yeah, I believe 24 minutes. So would love to hear your thoughts right here. Also, your way of welcoming me into this seat properly, guys. Anyway, so give me a call right now. And shouts going out to the production team, Mirabel Johnson, and also to Oliver Fanyo, who's making sure that we're visible on social media before they come and kill me. Now, so Amma, there are some instances where when women choose to say rest in certain situations because I would say society again, because society sometimes makes you feel as a woman you need to be up and about, up and doing. So if you choose rest, sometimes you'll be yes. How do you deal with something like that?
I suffered that so much, and then I realized again from my lessons that I should give myself grace. So I advise any woman listening to sweetie, give yourself some grace. It's not easy being a woman. Look, our body, okay? On Monday and Tuesday, I woke up feeling sunshine, so energetic. I was working. I was so efficient. I was like, I'm so productive. The dopamine hit. Pow, pow, pow. Now, today, I've been an emotional wreck. Oh. And it's hormonal.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I was just there and I'll be crying. I will cry. I don't have energy to look. So you see, that's why you need to give yourself some grace. there's so much that could be happening. It's okay when you wake up in the morning. If you know that you've done what you could do, that's fine, honey. We're not taking anything out of this space.
Right.
This is all we came here to do. Don't look at, and when you talk about society is you and I. So we really talk about society like there's an extraterrestrial being that's living with us and judging us. No, we are the ones. So you just need to decide to yourself that if my neighbor, even if my sibling, calls me out on something I know it's not wrong, I'm doing for myself, I'm not taking from anybody, I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not going to care about them.
Okay.
Because the person who will call you out on it, they are most likely going through the same thing you're going through.
Well, we have a caller on here. Let's quickly find out who Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Yeah, I'm Nana.
Nana? Okay, so Nana, you're a gentleman. What's your self-care routine like? Mind walking us through that?
Pretty simple. I don't live by society. I don't live by religion. I don't live by culture. I just live life.
Okay.
I mind my own business. Prioritize my peace of mind, happiness, and comfort. I don't care so far as you don't feed me. If you have anything to say, if it's good, I take it. If it's not good, it passes here, comes out from here, gone.
Okay, and ever since you've been practicing that, you've been fine, you've been okay.
Oh, it's been so many years, and I'm cool. But the beauty of it is that people will call you names because they will see you to be an outcast, okay? And you have to be ready for it. Don't care anyway. Okay. At the end of the day, I keep saying, if nobody is feeding you, don't let them tell you how to live your life. So far as you're not committing any crime. And I make a lot of money, especially me, the women, make a lot of money. You see, money, they didn't make it for men, it's there for everybody. So when you work hard, you open your business, you will make a lot of it. And it will be the genesis of you having the kind of life that you want. You see what you said? You said taking care of you, not somebody taking care of you. Okay? And there's no better security than what you give to yourself. There's no better security than that. So make a lot of money. Prioritize your peace of mind, happiness, and comfort. And live life. Be human. Me, I don't live like I'm even a man. I'm just human. That's how I live. So these whole expectations that they have for men, I don't live by them. I'm just human. If I want to do good, I do them. Most importantly, do good and give because you can and because you want to, not because you are being asked. And expect nothing in return. It will limit a lot of disappointment. The moment you are giving and you expect something in return, when expectation is not met, it comes with disappointment. You harbor so much unnecessary things. So give because you want to, and if you have, not because you are being asked. So these are some of the few things that I do.
Okay, well, Nana, thank you very much for sharing. But before we let you go, though, what are some of the topic areas you would like us to touch on this year on Strong and Sassy?
Religion, tradition, and culture.
But those are things that you don't subscribe to, Nana.
No, because I feel it's the genesis and the revelation to all the wahala we are facing right now. Okay. A lot of the time we don't talk about. That's the reason why I don't subscribe to them. It has its good and bad side, but the bad side, it's already the good side, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Okay.
It's just like the money issue that I'm saying right now. When we see a man and a woman, automatically it's the man that they expect that also in this money thing. I'm sorry, aKorfa, so if you have your businesses and you are a billionaire, don't you like?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly my point. So if I'm doing things that will make me a billionaire, and aKorfa, give out all of us things, 2 hands, 2 legs. Why can't you also use your own to make your own billions? For your own good, for your own good. You say you don't like. And safety, tradition, religion, and culture. Because of that, if a woman is successful, most of the time it comes to a whole lot of stereotypes. You've not even experienced the person yet, but automatically you're facing the person up, all because she's successful. But if a man is successful, it's okay. So all of these conditions, how can I subscribe to these things? my sister. It doesn't make any sense. Because if my girls, my baby girls, I want them to be billionaires, so not somebody being responsible for them. I want them to be responsible for themselves. You understand? I need to know that when I'm not here, they are okay. Their okayness, is not dependent on another man that they are going out with. They are okay, it's on them. I need to know that they are sorted. They are responsible, very, very responsible adults. You understand? But these 3 musketeers, they don't encourage that. How come? So if you want me any topic that we should discuss some of these things.
Okay.
Because it doesn't help. It's the reason why our parents, they suffer, except for our mother, they suffer though. Because all the money issues was about the man. And it's the reason why a lot of our fathers today, a lot, because they have money and they'll be fully. Now in Timinka, your mother to own in so not the you. But if she's financially responsible, that the matter wouldn't be something that she'll be thinking about. Though. If the man is fully, she will live for her own sanity, for her own peace of mind, for her own happiness. How will you share? How will you live? If you live, where are you going? You are going to your parents' place. I want to show you baby anyone better. Then you say, when I live, where will I go? Shall I make money? Oh? Make money. Money is there for all of us. And do away with this conditioning. It won't help you. Anyway.
Thank you very much, Nana. That's very, very insightful. We appreciate that. Thanks for calling us, okay? Alrighty. Well, Nana sharing some of the things that he does to prioritize his self-care. What do you do to prioritize your self-care? WhatsApp is live and active at 055 1111 997. Also give us a call on 0302 216 541. What are some of the things you get up to when you'd want to ensure that there's sanity around you moving forward? And we're having the conversation in studio as well, so you might want to check in, share your thoughts with us. We'll truly appreciate that. Now, Emma and I have been, chopping it up just a little bit. We've got a few more minutes to check out. But I also want us to get to, this part where how women, as a woman, what are some of the things, basically? I think, let me put it this way. What are some of the things that you need to do to ensure that you are sticking to the boundaries you've set for yourself? Because fine, you have to prioritize yourself. Yeah. You don't live in isolation. You have people around you. But what are some of like the basics you think are required so you know that I am really sticking to A, B, C so I can build proper boundaries around me?
Okay. So anytime, first of all, you need to identify whom and the things you need to set the boundaries on. So anytime somebody's request or talking to somebody makes you tense, there's a knot in your tummy, you get so worried, your palms are probably sweaty and all that, you should know, okay, this person is a trigger. This person it oversteps your boundaries. This person, you like to people please to this person. So, okay, these are the people I need to master the courage to start saying no to. I'm not saying it doesn't mean you have to say no to everything they come up with, but be sincere. You need to be truthful to yourself. So you need to know that I need to start telling myself the truth, which is actually not easy to do, We can tell other people their truth, but to tell yourself, because then you lose all the excuses you could make for yourself. You lose it. So, but you need to understand the importance of these boundaries. One, it saves you energy, and energy is very important because when you get exhausted, you're overwhelmed. Even the things that should come easy to you cannot. So when you understand the importance of setting this boundary and you identify the people that you need to set these boundaries with, then you can start with one thing, the easiest thing. Start easy. Keep the momentum going. You can set some reminders, put it somewhere, maybe on a sticky note, paste it somewhere you can keep seeing. And the first time you say no, you're going to be tense. When you realize that they didn't get to do anything to you because you said no, it would get you some more courage and some more. And you realize you become free. Because you see, that freedom is priceless. After you have that freedom, now you do things for people genuinely. Because most times when we keep saying yes, 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 we are not even. I don't think there's blessing in a lot of the yes we say. Because you say yes and you go and do the thing begrudgingly. You are not happy doing it because you would have wanted to say no, but you couldn't. So where lies the blessing in that?
You're saving face.
You know, and then also. Generally, as part of the self-care, one of the easiest thing you can start with is to declutter your living space.
Yes.
Your living space is evidence of your mental state. Seriously, your life, what is happening in your life now. Look around you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're emotionally... Look around your living space. You see that things are scattered, things are not organized. So go and organize that clothes you've been saving for so long. Honey, it doesn't look like you're going to lose weight anytime soon. Pack it up and give it away.
I will bomb my power.
Declutter. Do it to your... And you see, most of the time we talk about declutter, people think about only clothes. Go to your kitchen, your plates. There are some plates. You know that glass, that this is broken. The other part left, you can't use it for anything, my dear. Pack all of them and discard them. Have fewer things. I'm learning to... In fact, every time I pack things around, I'm like, there's still more. I could still let more go. Pack up your papers, your paperwork. Use your phone. Declutter both virtually, online, your physical things. It gives clarity in your mind. There's this peace. And then lay your bed before you sleep on it. aKorfa, these things, they look so insignificant, but they play very big roles in our lives. Clear your every day before you go to... In fact, ideally, lay your bed in the morning. Every morning when you wake up late. But if you're not able to do so, okay, about an hour or two before you go to bed, go and lay your bed. You are deserving of nice things. Lay your bed with nice, clean bed sheets.
Yeah.
Tuck it in nicely. Don't do anyhow. And come sweep your room, everything organized. When you sleep, you will wake up refreshed. And before you go to sleep, try and clean up your living space before you go. I'm telling you, these are not things that I used to do consistently all the time. But now I've decided to be very consistent with them, and I'm seeing how helpful it is to me. And that is why I'm advising others to join me in doing this. I'm not talking from a place of perfection, not at all. But I'm talking from a place of tried and tested. I'm trying it out, and I'm telling you that this actually helped me. This is somebody who's a recovered burnout patient.
So when you started talking about declutter and everything, I said yes. Listen, I noticed some time back that my place was a mess and everything, and anytime I pack up, I enter my room and I feel so happy. Like there's this... I feel different.
Load lifted.
Listen, and you cannot probably actually see everything you own.
Can see everything you own.
And so
you see where your money is going. That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. Like right now, I'm pretty sure what you're listening to us. You're looking for something that you wear tomorrow, and you are going through your stuff because you have not packed them.
Yeah,
this is me singing my own song on the radio, by the way. But so I agree. I completely agree, and it's in the little things. Yeah. And I want us to also get into, because we have talked, about prioritizing yourself. The thing with introspection is it's very hard. I remember some time back, a few of my friends were calling me out. I had to sit down and ask, even though I'm not done. You find out that it's really hard because you don't want to admit to yourself that you're standing in your own way. You're the reason you're not getting certain things done. And I don't know how to get out of that space totally.
Be ready to do the hard things first. I tell people now that it's too late for me, but if I were to go back to JSS, I would take maths and science seriously. I'm the arts girl who always felt like, there were other impediments in my way to loving maths. Like I didn't have the right teachers. I had the scary teachers. They frightened me off it. And But I would tell anybody now, do the hard things first. Then you can enjoy later. Delayed gratification. That is one of the things I'm living by this year. Okay. I'm not doing things that I used to do so much anymore. I'm like, this year, if I'm going to travel anywhere, then it's going to be maybe business sponsored or somebody sponsored, and I really cannot use the money. I could not collect the gift in cash. Because
cash is
that is what is going to make me want to travel. Besides that, I'm not going to take out my money and say, oh, let me go and explore this. No. Right now, my money is towards trying to secure things that I can enjoy later in my life. And so when you have these things in place, you see that, okay, why did I come to that? Because I decided to start doing the introspection. As hard as it was, I'm like, I need to learn to do the hard things first. And if you don't tell yourself the truth, you'll be jumping from one prayer come to the other. There's nothing wrong with praying. Of course, I endorse praying. But you keep running away from finding the truth. Even God will come and sit in front of you and tell you the truth. And you still don't want to accept it because you don't want to talk to yourself. And even if you're a person of faith, for God to talk to you, the Holy Spirit will be inside you. The answer is going to come from within. It's not going to come from outside. When you're hearing the voice, it's not going to come from outside, though. It will be inside you. So you really need to be in touch with yourself. You need to look in the mirror and tell yourself, Akosia, stop the laziness. Akosia, Ajua, Nana. You need to get your life
good,
together.
It looks like you've been sleeping too much.
Yes, you've been sleeping too much. You need to, maybe you should go to the hospital. Go and check your vitamins levels. Go and check. Do you need something? And get some sunshine, vitamin D. Apparently, it's very good for us, especially women. Right. It's really important for us, for our mood, to help against mood swings and depressive moods and all that. So when you know these things about yourself, you start telling yourself the truth. The truth is that when I'm at work, I don't give it my 100. I'm doing the bare minimum.
Bare minimum, yeah.
When you start telling yourself this truth, you're like, I don't make enough money, but I'm spending too much. I need to start saving more. I need to increase my income. I need to upskill. You tell yourself the truth that this life you are living, you are winging it. And at a point, you can't wing it anymore.
Any longer.
So you need to sit down and actually think of being an expert in something. Like, these are very important. I know somebody's listening to me. You're probably trying to run away from this.
No,
don't run.
Don't run. We have to be in it.
It's a hard conversation, but you need to do these hard things now. Yeah, if you don't do it now, you will pay dearly for it later, because the price for it is higher as time goes by. We need to be hard on ourselves.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, if you're just joining us, we've got 15 more minutes to wrap up here at Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. I was asking you to call in and also share your self-care routine with us. What are some of the boundaries you're setting, and how has it helped you so far? Why are you even setting the boundaries in the first place? And if it has helped you so far, give us a call on 0302 216 541. That's 0302 216 541. Also, send us your thoughts via our WhatsApp. We'll be reading your messages as well. 055 1111 997. That's 055 1111 997. Now, you did talk about burnout when we began our conversation, and I wanted to I put a few questions together about how women can manage stress without burning out. So let's talk about what you had done to get you to burn out in the first place, and what you did to get yourself out of that.
Okay, so I basically didn't have any boundaries, and I didn't even know, which was weird, because I've always talked like this, so I thought I knew enough to protect myself. Turns out that I guess I had the knowledge, but I had not applied them properly and in multiple ways for me to know that, this knowledge I know about this can be applied in this part of my life. So I knew about boundaries, but I guess I didn't think about me, because I like to think that I respect other people's boundaries. So I'm very mindful when I'm reaching out to somebody, but I forgot that I need to also keep some for myself. So I don't just give, and I'm not getting enough to match what I'm giving. So there's a deficit in my life. This cut across every area of my life. It was in my work. I was really drained. I should have over the years build proper system in place so I could comfortably take rest. I didn't do that. So I could not really take a break. You know, and because I work for myself, I'm like always just going for it and constantly living in panic and anxiety, like, oh my God, this is like too much, and oh my God, this person is asking for too much discount, we can't afford to give this. But I'm like, oh, but I want to make my client happy, so yeah, let me try and see how I'm going to make it work. And it was always coming at my cost, you know. And the same thing was happening to my friendships. I felt like even when I'm exhausted, oh, it's my friend aKorfa calling, so I need to answer this call, though I'm exhausted and I'm trying to have a me time. I have to be there for aKorfa because it's my aKorfa,
that's,
you know,
calling.
Yeah, so all that was really, it was just, and this had been happening for some years. So before I knew it, I started with physical health declining. My physical health declining, and then I'm like, oh my God. And even when it started declining, all I was thinking about was, oh, okay, maybe I'll just change my lifestyle. But I just focused on that change on, oh, my food, and maybe I'll try to exercise some more. But all these other parts that had to do with my emotional health, I was not attending to that. So I realized that the decline was rather increasing. It got a bit better, but not as fast as I would expect it to. Then I had to travel, came back. I did things that should make me happy. Suddenly, none of that would work. I just couldn't find joy in anything. And you know, the thing about such experiences that when you don't prevent it, by the time it happens, you're not prepared. You can burn down everything you've been trying to protect. You can burn it all down. I shut down work, everything. I had no preparation. I had not said, oh, let me set aside enough money before I take a break. No, I didn't have time to do anything like that. For relationships, too, it's the same thing. I just blocked everybody out, and because I was exhausted. And now, bringing myself out of it, I wake up in the morning, and again, I wake up and there's this panic of, oh, you have to, obviously, then I have to remind myself, you're not doing anything today. And I could stay in my bed to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And when I want to feel guilty, I'm like, no, we're not feeling guilty today. And like, I just had to say, I don't care. I don't care about what I was building, trying to save it. Because I'm like, how can you save it if you're no longer here? You need to save yourself first before you can save that. And for some reason, I like to think that God also needed my attention at that time. So I started trying to figure out, okay, what exactly can I get here? Can I get an understanding for this? So I started trying to commit to, let me listen to some preaching and see. Let me listen to this. But then I never put myself to work or pressure. Anytime something felt overwhelming or tiring, I just let it go. I just started trying to catch fun. Even when it didn't feel like fun, I was doing the easiest things. Anything that felt like a little hard work, I just abandoned it. I just left it. No, and I needed to do that in order to heal. And by 1 month's time, I found more energy coming my way. And I realized that I was quickly jumping back into my old phase, but I quickly retraced my step and took another month to relax. And I started getting better and better and better. So rest was very, very important for me at that point. Because then I started realizing, okay, this was because of people pleasing. It was because I had no or weak boundaries. So I was struggling. I wanted to just please everyone.
Everybody.
And I can't save everyone. I'm not Jesus.
You're not
and I can't give everybody gifts. I'm not Santa Claus. So I was like, okay, you don't like me because I didn't show up well. Okay, bye. This is what you get now. I had to accept that I don't have to make everybody happy, not at my own expense. I'll make you happy only when I'm happy.
Let's talk about the body. Let's stay on, physical health, body, and everything. Do you find that the way your body looks like is something that as a woman you should be mindful of because of articles and stories that we read where you're very careful to show up in certain spaces because you feel you don't look the part. And she's smiling because you understand where I'm coming. Because as women, we're made to feel like we need to look a certain way. Yeah. And if you don't, it stresses you as a woman. And while we're talking about self-care and how to ensure that we're setting boundaries and getting better, what are some of the things you think women out there can pay attention to? So, it's either you're getting it out of your mind or you're working towards getting better for yourself. What do you think?
Okay, so there's one part of me saying don't care. But I know it's not because you are doing it for somebody. Sometimes you're doing it for other people's validation. But generally, there's something you can do. There are a few things you can do, that can make it easy on you. But don't stretch yourself to fit into a mold. That's not possible. Because anytime you fit into that mold, the marking scheme will change. They'll always come up with something new.
They keep changing the goalposts.
All you need to do is just make sure that you are presentable on your own, based on your own marking scheme. I promise you, honey, see, you cannot please anybody. So you need to understand that, number one. So once you are comfortable in your body, okay, that's all you need. And now you can't even say, the workplace or opportunities. The world we are in now is craving for authenticity. Yeah. Present yourself the way you are. That is what would actually give you leverage. So, for example, I've got dreadlocks, sister locks. The reason I went for sister locks, I was looking, besides the influences I had around me, within my close circles, I wanted to do it because I'm like, I really feel like I don't have that much time anymore for a lot of these things, but I want to be able to say I'm looking effortless all the time. So I was like, okay, my hair when it's permed is really light. I don't really get it, so I always have to wear wigs, and I was getting exhausted of wearing wigs. Besides the financial investment, there's so much work every time making it look good. So I was like, I can't do that anymore. I want to be able to wake up and feel good already. So I thought of locking my hair. So I do so. I don't waste time anymore. It saved me a lot of time and money. These are two very important resources in the world. Then I did microblading. So it saved me. Like my face is already arched up already. All I used to do is just make sure I take care of my skin and I'm good to go. I already had quite some good brows already naturally. But when I did this, now I don't have to think of using pencil to draw and cleaning it out with concealer. I don't have to waste time on any of that. So basically I wake up in the morning and I'm not feeling like, whoa, there's so much work to be done on me. I don't have to do that. Now, for anybody else out there to be mindful of what you're eating. That's one of the things I'm doing now. Try and eat cleaner, especially as we grow older. Our health is very important. So eat cleaner, try and do some exercise if you can. Please, not if you can't, try. I mean, do something.
Because they always say that you get to live with yourself. You are the only person who I think you live with yourself longer, something of that. So like there's a quote like that. I didn't say it well, but there's a quote like that. You create a capsule wardrobe. Have basics that you need. You need your trousers. Buy things that actually flatter your body type. Your body type. You see, I've realized it's very, very important. Okay, even though I'm like, no matter your body type, wear whatever you want. I'm also team that. But if you are one that wants to put in an effort, but it shouldn't feel like an effort, then get some of these things. Buy clothes that flatter your body type. Have your dresses, long dress, midi, short, have jeans, trousers, have some palazzo, have some skirt, and have some nice basic tops. When you have a few of these things stashed up, you don't need a lot of things. That's where I'm getting to right now. The next thing I'm moving to is my clothing. And don't have too many things. I promise, honey, don't have too many things. Right, exactly.
Minimalism is what I'm championing right now.
I love that.
So you get up, you go. You always feel smart. You always feel clean.
Completely agree.
You don't have to do too much. And you would look good. You can buy press-ons for your mani-pedi, so you don't have to spend too much money. You see, self-care also means financial care. So you don't break the bank.
The bank.
You can learn a few makeup tips. There's so much information online. You're always doom scrolling. You might as well use it to learn some skills. Basic makeup skills. So true. And honey, don't tell me, I don't know how to do makeup. It's because you think it is hard. That is why you're not learning to do so.
Yes, that's very true. And I think when you talk about finances, I was going to I think that's probably be our last pointer is how financial awareness helps in self-care. And some people want to know is it expensive to do? But at the beginning of our conversation, you did touch on the fact that sometimes it's just in the basic things, the little things. But what would be your tip to anyone, any woman out there or anyone basically, is financial awareness? How can they ensure that the pocket is not dry?
Okay, so I'm going to say we here. It's the same advice I'm giving myself.
Okay,
we need to track our money. We need to track our money. See, every day you're buying mobile data. Multiple times. You didn't set a budget to it. So by the end of the day, you'll be shocked. You spent 120 cedis on mobile data. You woke up that day thinking you didn't have 120 cedis to spare. But you did, because you were not tracking the money. So let's track our money. Let's be sincere about it. You see, you're always afraid. You take money and you don't want to even open the notification, the alert that is telling you just took 500 cedis from the ATM. But if you don't confront these truths, how can you know exactly what your problem is so you can fix it? And if you are in debt, please don't be one of the people who borrow from everybody and then you don't pay and you're always dodging. No, you see, it's very important to have good credit history with everyone, so that the days that is necessary,
really need it.
People will show up for you. Don't be in a hurry to borrow money either. You see, you need to be the kind that when you pop up, and you ask on day like, whoa, if aKorfa is asking, then aKorfa really needs help today. You need to be that person. So let's track our money. Let's know how much we have. And we need to endeavor to spend below our means. We always hear, live within your means. Within will keep us stuck. Like, it's nothing. Works. It's like eating exactly the calorie. If you are to eat up to 2,000 calories, if you eat that, you're not going to lose. You're not going to gain.
You're just going to be there.
You're just going to be there. But you want more, right?
You do.
So you have to eat below. We need to spend less so we have some balance, something to save. So I'm very heavy on saving this year. I told you.
Yes.
I'm not planning to do any travel unless it's going to be a sponsored
one,
because I want to redirect my finances proper. I want to organize my money. It's one of the things that I believe I've been called to do this year, to organize my money, organize myself.
I get that. And I'm tapping into everything that you've spoken about here. But let me quickly read a few of the messages that have come in. It says, aKorfa, the program is programming tonight, but very interesting and insightful. Thumbs up to you both here. Shouts going out to you, Amma, as well, and the production team. I have decided to be on the quiet this year by listening more and talking less. That's it. And that's coming from Cindy. And this one says, Sarah Makbalu on Facebook, tuned in on radio, boundaries, delayed gratification, adding these to my list. I'm gonna mention that as well. And says, good evening, ladies. I'm really enjoying this conversation. Let me say this simply. Self-care isn't luxury. It's maintenance. When you don't maintain yourself, life starts leaking everywhere. That's very powerful. My non-negotiables are sleep 6 to 7 hours because tired men make bad decisions. Movement, walking or working out to clear my mental fog. Quiet time, 10 to 15 minutes alone with no phone, and food discipline. Eating to function, not just to feel good. Mentally, I've learned to stop replaying conversations and to accept that not everything needs a reaction. And this one says, as a man, I know this. If you don't guard your time, money, emotions, and energy, people will take them. And that's coming from Jingles Nanabwedi. And finally, I also set boundaries. Things like, I'm not available for this conversation right now. I won't explain myself more than once. If this keeps stressing me, I'm stepping back and I can't afford this emotionally or financially. Wow, I'm loving every bit of this.
I'm so happy that we have a lot of people on the team. Guys, we need to take care of ourselves. You know, this year was the first time I used Do Not Disturb on my phone. And I can't believe it. Now I use it every day. It's made me more productive. I just say, hi, Siri. turn on Do Not Disturb for 2 hours. And then I lock in.
Right. Well, Amma, thank you so much for being my first guest on the show today, as I happen to be the newest host of Strong and Sassy. Next week, probably we might get into a conversation about money management and everything. I'm hoping to find a way of dragging you back into the studio. But thank you so much for passing by. All the best to you. And thanks going out to Mabel Johnson for producing the show, and also to Oliver Fanyo for making it possible that we find ourselves on social media. The 8 o'clock news is up next. My name is aKorfa.